Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here. This is our 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness, an all-new trim level for the 2022 model year. Subaru's kind of cashing in on those outdoor adventurous types with this model. So what is different for the 2022 model year in the Wilderness trim? Well, you can see a difference right away, the looks. Subaru has put a lot more plastic cladding around the wheel wells, down the side of the car, and especially on the front and rear bumper. So the reason they've done that is it's less painted area to mark up when you're off the beaten path, Subaru is assuming that most owners of these particular vehicles are going to be taking them off the beaten path. So less paint to beat up. On the Wilderness, you get those two anodized copper, I guess, accents is what you'd call them. Those indicate where the tow hook locations can be, so you can pull someone else out of the ditch. We also get the 6 LED forward-facing fog lights, quite bright. I like the look of them myself. Get the front-facing camera, and I will show you that inside. There's a button for that. That new grille and big Subaru logo combo. Customer asked for a block heater installation, so we installed it there. LED steering, responsive headlights. We've got our matte black hood decal right here, and what that's designed to do is reduce glare on the driver. So if you're facing up a hill, mountain path, something like that, the sun does not reflect as strongly off of the matte surface and into the driver's view. So that's the idea behind it. On the side, we have the Subaru Wilderness badge. We've got the gunmetal dark gray accent, and that is tied in with the logo on the back. I'll show you that in a moment here. More copper accents, and they indicate tie downs. Now, you'll notice that the roof rails are a little bit different than the ones you'd find on the other Outbacks, and the reason they don't have the swing across bars is you have to use the Thule extended crossbars because they're stronger. They've got more weight carrying capacity, and the idea is you can put a rooftop tent up there without any issues. The new owner is going to be driving on winter tires and a separate set of wheels. The stock ones are inside the vehicle. I'll show you those. Got more anodized copper accents. I actually quite like the anodized copper on the bottom. I think it stands out. More black plastic cladding on the rear bumper, an area that may get beat up if you're going off the beaten path. Anodized copper accents, tow hook locations. We have the backup sensors. They're the little black circles there. They'll actually apply the brakes if you think you're gonna hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. Handy feature, especially for parking lots. The black/gray badging. It is a power lift gate. It does have the proximity gate. Doesn't work while the vehicle's running, but you can fit all 4 tires and wheels in here easily. Those front seats are folded flat, but there's still room. Toss stuff on top of the tires, luggage, what have you. We have grocery bag hooks on the inside on both sides. These handles here and here are how you fold the 60/40 split seats down in the event that they're up. Another little storage cubby. We have these physical tie downs as well. Easy to secure big, heavy items. I have a couple customers that scuba dive and they use those to secure their tanks. Now we can close this. We can lock and close it when the vehicle's shut, or you can pull down manually. You won't wreck anything. Normally at this point, I would show you the second row, but that's taken up by tires right now, so no point. There is a lot of room though. Up front here, power windows, locks, mirrors. As you'd expect, we do have a power adjustable driver's seat. This is lumbar support. Now, the seating material in the Wilderness, it's this gray-black kind of two-tone. It's dimpled, kind of like a golf ball. Very, very comfortable. The idea is you can get it dirty and wipe it down. We've got Wilderness on both headrests. We also have the Wilderness floor mats. Now, in the side mirrors, you can see we have the little LED light. Just went out. That's welcome lighting. It illuminates the door handle outside when you're walking towards the vehicle, or you click unlock on the key fob. Now I've just shut it off. To turn it back on, foot on the brake, light goes green. And you can see the orange lights in the side mirrors. That's your blind spot detection. Indicates that someone's in your blind spot on the corresponding side, and it alerts you by flashing if you put your turn signal on when the indicator on that side is illuminated. Now, moving to the steering wheel, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls on the left-hand side of the steering wheel here. Make and take calls, control the volume of the calls and the music. The right-hand side does our adaptive cruise, so the cruise that you get to set and follow behind the vehicle ahead of you at a set distance. If you don't like the adaptive cruise, you can turn it to traditional cruise. and then back on again. We also have lane centering, so above 60 kilometers an hour, when the system's turned on, it will actually illuminate the gray lines on either side, and we'll just turn that all on. There you go. When the two color eyesight stereo cameras can see the road lines, it'll illuminate whichever side it can see and help keep you between them above 60 kilometers an hour with gentle steering input. Now, that's easy enough to turn off, just click of a button. Same thing with the cruise. We have a heated steering wheel. We get an anodized copper accent down here, along with the stitching as well. It's that copper. The theme continues throughout the cab. Now, we get the giant 11.6-inch touchscreen, and we have a tilt and slide sunroof there, and I'm actually going to close that, see if that helps with the glare. Not really, but they've broken this screen into 3 sections. So the bottom section, climate controls, and you do have physical buttons on either side, and as you can see, the driver's side set to high, passenger side set to low, so 15 and 30 degrees Celsius. If I wanted to sync it, I press it, I hit sync. Same thing, I hit heated seats. That's how I activate them. Now, this main portion of the screen, it's kind of like the regular head unit in the other Subarus, the Ascent, the Forester, the Crosstrek. This middle section, it looks very similar. You have your radio, your media, hook up your phone for Bluetooth. This is our backup camera, put it in reverse. Rear assist braking is on, parking sensors are on. It does show you the top of the bumper there, so you have something to relate to. As I turn the wheel, those orange lines move, show you where you're gonna end up with the wheel turned that way, and we can actually clean the backup camera while being in the vehicle. So very, very handy, especially up here in the north where things get a little slushy or muddy. You don't have to get out, wipe your backup camera to use it. This top portion shows what's playing, water temp, oil temp, average speed. You can actually change those widgets in the setting. You can have the date, you can have the speed limit on some of the models with navigation. That one doesn't apply to this. You can have one blanked out if you don't want to look at it. Weather, so right, it defaults to DC Metro when they come in. You can set it for other major locations, so you can set it for Prince George. And then we have dual function X mode. So dual function X mode is unique to the Wilderness. Every other Outback just gets X mode. So we've got snow and dirt mode, and we've got deep snow and mud mode, which changes the way the system works, allows for excess wheel spin, and just back to normal. Very cool system. Most people are never going to need to use it, but it is handy to have. Down here on the center console, more anodized copper, accents, drive. We do have a manual mode, so we've got paddles, upshift, downshift, really easy to use. We've got the parking brake. They're all electronic now, so you pull up to turn them on, and if you push down, your foot's not on the brake, it actually says to press the brake pedal. So because it's a push down, they want you physically on the brake before you can deactivate it. Just did that. Wireless charger, light is white. That means that it's ready. No vehicle or no phone is detected, no chargeable device. When there is a device there that can charge, it goes blue. We have 2 USB ports for charging, music listening, or for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. An auxiliary port for any music listening from those male-in to male-in connectors. The view button, that's the front camera. So when I press it, you get that. It's almost 180 degrees. It does have a lot of uses off-road, but even if you're picking up groceries from Costco, wherever, and you're pulling out between 2 large trucks, vans, vehicles, you can't see out from either side, this will give you that little bit of a view. And it does shut off at about 8 kilometers an hour. It's a little disorienting to be driving with a front-facing camera on. Press it again, turns off. My favorite feature ever in any vehicle, the auto dimming rear view mirror. So there's no switch to flick. Your side mirrors are also auto dimming. It's just based on a light sensor, and it just dims when someone's got their high beams on behind you. Very handy. Got the compass, and I don't know if it'll focus on it, but you do have 3 home link buttons, so you can hook up your garage door, 3 separate garage doors, I should say, to the mirror. So you don't have to carry a bulky opener around. And then you can deactivate the auto dimming should you not like it. Up top, with every new Subaru, mid-level and up, or one above the base, you do get the connected services. So that'll be remote start from your phone, door unlock, vehicle location, speed alerts, curfew alerts. There's a bunch that it does, and you do have access to it through the My Subaru app as well once the vehicle's registered in your name. That tilt and slide sunroof, controls are here, and then we have our LED map lights for both sides. So that's a brief overview of the 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. Talk to you guys soon.